1 2 1 2 testing the mic. Hello, welcome to my studio. My name's Nona Fab, and I make dance music. I make house music, specifically soulful house music. And yeah, I wanted to basically set up a bit of a YouTube channel to showcase some of the processes I go through. I think it's also quite a nice thing in this day and age. I think everything is very sparkly clean and cut perfectly, and this is not that. This is quite the opposite, really, where, yeah, I just wanted to kind of acknowledge imperfections you'll see throughout the processes. I don't know how to record video. I've tried to set up the camera 3 times already, and I don't know how to record audio. So, yeah, it's quite funny, really. That you've got to learn all these other things just to be able to do, sort of showcase the one thing you actually care about. But anyway, that's the story of life, really, I think. But yeah, I recently got the Jomox Alpha Base. It's kind of acting as the central machine in my setup. I'm quite new to all the live electronic setup thing, sort of world. So I've been having quite a bit of fun with it. It's also quite frustrating at times, as I'm sure many people will know. Things don't always work. Things don't always talk to each other. Cables exist. So many different types of cables exist. But yeah, I think I just wanted to kind of come on here and talk about, why this YouTube channel was set up. Maybe have a little jam. As you can see, I've kind of set up already. And yeah, just kind of go with the flow a bit. I think... where to start? I think so the YouTube channel is gonna be a bit of a place for me to put out content which is probably live electronic adjacent or studio adjacent. I'm a DJ. I've put out records for the last sort of maybe 5-6 years now. I've got my own label, which is Movement and Soul Records, and this is kind of gonna sit separately to that. I spend a lot of time on YouTube myself, just sort of watching other people, particularly with backgrounds that look like this. So I think, I thought it was time that I kind of sort of kicked into gear. I'm just going to check everything's recording, just cause. Yeah, everything's recording. I imagine it won't be in a minute, but anyway, and that's kind of why I wanted to set up the YouTube. I'm just going to have some water. About 35 degrees out there. That's why I'm stuck in this dark studio. But so set up the YouTube for a bit of an outlet of creativity that requires little to no perfection, which is the funny way of putting it. But I think I think the other thing is I think it's quite nice to see the process of artists and how they create. And I've kind of got 2 sides to what I do. As I've said, I've got the studio side, which kind of outputs very sort of like perfectly mixed music. Sorry, it's not perfectly mixed, but as in my head, it's finished. And then it's definitely not perfectly mixed. And then there's the other side of what I do, which is this live electronic side, which I think is quite a new thing to me, and it's kind of set me back into the beginner sort of realm of understanding. And I've been working out how music works for the last 29 years on this planet, but I think I've been reset to just a bit of a beginner again with everything. So it's quite nice at points. It's quite frustrating at points because I think I sometimes want the output of my live electronic not doorless stuff to sound as clean as the other stuff, but it doesn't. So this is kind of why the YouTube exists. It's to allow a platform for me to put stuff out where it doesn't need to match the quality. That sounds quite negative, really. But I think also just again it's a bit of a time capsule for myself. But anyway, so I would like to play around with this Alpha Base today. I've got some stems set up on Ableton. I've got some basic patterns. As I say, I've only got this 2 or 3 days ago. Already sounds pretty neat. How best to start this? If I drop that's my microphone. So I've been running everything through this Tascam Model 12, which is good. It allows me to multi-track out of Ableton and actually control Ableton with EQs on the fly, which is quite nice. Got push 3 just because everything I use is it built in Ableton, so it allows me to run things through there. Let's see if something works. Oh gosh, here we are. Whew. Let's just start again. I think I'm gonna start with some nice pads, and then yeah. Just mute these. God, it's all confusing, isn't it? Right, and then yeah. Push 3, Alpha Base, couple of delay units which either ruin my life or make my life nice, a Model 12, and then a couple of keyboards just because why not. But yeah, I'm gonna have a little jam. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, stick around if you like it, and if you don't, then yeah, I'll see you another time maybe. Cheers. Thank you so much for listening. Yeah, I think it's wicked. I think it lets you just fly between so much control. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. It's not a fab. I'll be doing more of these, so just if you want to subscribe, then do. But yeah, catch you soon. Cheers.